Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Eagle Insider. Joining me from the Shatteran State women's basketball team is center Maka Daysh from Taronga, New Zealand. Maka, it's great to have you in the studio. We're about midway through the season and the women's team is tied for 7th or 8th going into the RMAC tournament. What's the mindset going into the later half of this season?
I think the mentality for us girls right now is just to focus on each game as they come. You know, there's a lot of teams that we're facing in the next 9 games are in the same position as us. There's a few up there that are 1st and 2nd, and then there's a few that are 6th, 7th and 8th with us at the same record right now. So we just have to focus. Every game's do or die pretty much from here out in, and it's going to reflect every practice, just recovering our bodies. And you know, a lot of the other athletes, teams are feeling the same fatigue as us at the moment, and it's just going to come down to which team can recover their bodies the most and the best, and just grind and have the most heart, I guess.
Now, for you personally, you've been having a pretty impressive season in your sophomore year. You've been RMAC Offensive Player of the Week twice. In New Mexico, you shot about 50% from the field. You made all of your free throws. How are you able to go into each of these games with just that killer's instinct when you play?
You know, I treat every game the same, no matter how good the team is or if they're a lower team. You just got to treat every opponent with the respect they deserve. And my team's doing really well at the moment of reading the defense, and especially Steph. I've had great chemistry with Steph this year. You know, she's finding me well inside and driving hard to the hole and dishing off. And I've just been lucky enough to be able to finish those shots for my team and just provide to my team the best I can.
Now, with your team, it's a fairly younger team. You have a couple of transfers in as well. How have you been able to put together such good chemistry into the later half of this season, knowing that there's not a lot of playing experience together?
For us, a lot of it is our chemistry off the court. You know, our coaches work very hard to make our program like a family-based program and for everyone to feel safe and happy around each other. And I think that's a big thing in a team sport. You know, if you get if you're off the court and you get well together on the court, you're just going to flow and gel. And, you know, it's just like going out there and playing with 5 of your friends pretty much. And I think that's very important for a team sport.
Now, through 2 years of play, for you personally, what's been some of the highlights for you and improvements you think you've seen in your playing style?
A big improvement for me has probably been my emotional status. Last year as a freshman, you know, obviously coming to America, it was a huge step for me, and I think just trying to find my feet in the RMAC took me a while. You know, I didn't start playing good basketball probably until Christmas break last year, and that was hard for me because I knew that I was capable of doing it. I just wasn't performing to my best, and I think that this year I've worked on my emotional status. You know, obviously last year I fouled out of quite a few games, which meant that I couldn't play as many minutes as I wanted to, and so that's been a big key for me and the coaches, just working on that foul trouble and offensive fouls and defensive fouls especially. So that for me has probably been the biggest highlight, is just noticing, even myself personally, I don't react as bad to the refs if they aren't calling stuff, or if I'm not making my shots, you know, I just let it go. And I guess I've just realized that I have to put my team first instead, yeah.
And personally, we're going to end this on a lighter note. Coming to the United States, what have been some of the culture shocks that you've noticed in your time here?
A main one is probably the different terminology. You know, I'll be at my house and I'll be like to my host mum, hey, can you chuck that in the rubbish? And she kind of just like looks at me and she's like, what did you say? And I was like, oh, like trash. So just the different words. Obviously driving on the other side of the road, it took a bit of adjusting to, but we got that locked down. And yeah, apart from that, everything's kind of similar, I guess. But
All right, well, we thank you for coming into the studio today. Good luck with the rest of the season and your push in hopefully making the RMAC tournament.
Thank you.